If the world fell apart tomorrow, if the lights went out, the stores ran dry, and chaos ruled the streets, what gun would you trust your life with? This isn't about the fanciest tactical gear or the latest range toys. This is about survival. Raw, real, unforgiving. From defending your home to scavenging the wasteland, these are the firearms you once slung over your shoulder, strapped to your hip, or buried in your go bag when everything else is gone. These aren't just guns. Welcome to the top 10 guns you'd want if society collapses tomorrow. Let's dive in, before it's too late. 10. Ruger 10/22.22 LR Semi-Auto Rifle. When society collapses, resources become scarce and every shot matters. That's where the Ruger 10/22 earns its place in your survival arsenal. Chambered in the ultra-common .22 LR, this rifle might not have the stopping power of a battle rifle, but it makes up for it in versatility, efficiency, and practicality. In a post-collapse world, the ability to carry hundreds, if not thousands of rounds with minimal weight could mean the difference between staying mobile and staying stuck. The 10/22 is lightweight, easy to carry, and surprisingly accurate out to 100 yards. It's perfect for small game hunting, rabbits, squirrels, birds, all of which are essential protein sources when grocery stores vanish. The rifle's semi-automatic action allows for fast follow-up shots, and its 10-round rotary magazines, or optional 25-round BX mags, keep you ready for multiple targets. Plus, the low recoil and quiet report make it ideal for stealthy use, reducing the risk of drawing attention in hostile environments. Another major benefit: the Ruger 10/22 has one of the largest aftermarket support ecosystems in the firearms world. Even if you're scavenging parts from abandoned kits or caches, chances are good you'll find what you need. Cleaning and maintenance are also a breeze, meaning you can keep the rifle operational even with minimal supplies. In a worst-case scenario, the 10/22 serves not just as a hunting tool, but as a training weapon for family members or group members with less firearms experience. It's safe, intuitive, and effective, even for those new to shooting. It may not be your go-to for firefights or fending off raiders, but as a lightweight, reliable tool for food procurement and low-profile defense, the Ruger 10/22 is indispensable. When the grid goes down and every resource becomes precious, this humble rimfire rifle could very well be the one tool that keeps you fed and alive. 9. Mossberg 500 or 590, 12-gauge pump-action shotgun. In a world where the rule of law breaks down and danger could be waiting at your door, the Mossberg 500 or 590 becomes one of your most valuable tools. These pump-action shotguns are about as rugged and versatile as it gets. Whether you're defending your home, scavenging for supplies, or even hunting large game, the 12-gauge shotgun gives you incredible flexibility. And when every shot counts, having multiple types of ammo, buckshot for defense, birdshot for hunting, and slugs for distance, is like having 3 guns in one. The Mossberg 500 series is known for its battlefield-proven reliability. These shotguns have been used by military and law enforcement around the world, and for good reason. They work, even when they're filthy, frozen, or dropped in mud. The dual extractors, anti-jam elevator, and ambidextrous tank safety all add to its user-friendly design, making it ideal for both seasoned shooters and those who've never held a gun before. In a collapse situation, you don't just need a gun, you need confidence. When you rack a pump shotgun, everyone in the area knows what that sound means. It's a powerful deterrent. It's intimidation in audio form. And in a world where deterrence could mean survival, that matters more than ever. Maintenance is simple. Parts are abundant. And even though 12-gauge shells are heavier than, say, 9mm or .22 LR, they're still commonly found in civilian caches, hunting cabins, and rural supply shops. And if you're talking pure close-quarters effectiveness, nothing comes close to the raw stopping power of buckshot at 20 feet. It's devastating, and it works. Whether you're holding the line at your homestead or making your way through uncertain territory, a Mossberg 500 or 590 is a no-brainer. It's simple, powerful, and built to survive just about anything, just like you'll need to be. 8. Glock 19, 9mm pistol. When the grid fails and the world slips into chaos, you're going to want a handgun that's easy to conceal, simple to use, and reliable in every possible condition. The Glock 19 checks all those boxes and more. Chambered in 9mm, a cartridge so common that even raiders might be carrying it, the Glock 19 has been the go-to sidearm for military, law enforcement, and civilians for decades. And in a survival scenario, that kind of universal appeal is a major advantage. Let's talk reliability. The Glock 19 is a polymer-frame striker-fired pistol with a reputation for functioning in the worst environments imaginable. Sand, mud, cold, rain. It keeps going. When you don't have the luxury of cleaning your gun every day, this rugged reliability becomes not just convenient, but potentially life-saving. Plus, with a standard capacity of 15+1 and compatibility with larger Glock mags, you've got firepower that won't slow you down. It's also lightweight and compact, small enough to carry concealed if you're trying to move discreetly, yet large enough to shoot accurately and control under pressure. That balance of size and performance is what makes it one of the most trusted handguns in the world. In a long-term grid-down situation, simplicity and parts availability become vital. The Glock 19 is supported by one of the largest aftermarket ecosystems in the firearms world. Need a new barrel, trigger spring, magazine? You'll likely find one in any stash, abandoned gun shop, or fellow survivor's pack. That kind of modularity makes it as much of a platform as it is a pistol. Whether you're bartering for ammo, defending your camp, or traveling light across dangerous terrain, the Glock 19 is a sidearm that won't let you down. In the collapse of society, you can't afford to second-guess your gear, and with the Glock 19, you won't have to. 7. SKS Rifle 7.6 2x39 mm semi-auto. While the AK-47 gets most of the glory, the SKS is often the quiet workhorse that goes overlooked, and that's a mistake in a survival situation. Originally designed in the 1940s by the Soviet Union, the SKS is a semi-automatic carbine chambered in 7.6 2x39 mm, the same cartridge used by the AK. That means you get solid intermediate range power with ammo that's still fairly available on the surplus and civilian market. But here's the twist: the SKS doesn't rely on detachable magazines. Instead, it uses a fixed 10-round internal mag, fed by stripper clips or single rounds. Why does this matter in a collapse scenario? Because it removes dependency on spare mags that may be lost, damaged, or unavailable. Simplicity equals survivability. The SKS is surprisingly accurate out to 300 yards, especially when compared to other surplus rifles. It's rugged, reliable, and low maintenance, exactly what you need when you're constantly on the move or off the grid. And with a solid wood stock, milled receiver, and robust gas system, this rifle was built to take abuse. One of the SKS hidden strengths is how adaptable it can be. While purists may prefer to keep it original, there are modern stocks, optic mounts, and even bullpup conversions for those who want to push the platform further. That flexibility can be useful if you want to build your rifle around your environment or loadout. From hunting medium-sized game to holding off threats at a distance, the SKS gives you reliable firepower in a package that's simple, durable, and historically battle-proven. In a world turned upside down, the SKS might just be the forgotten gem that keeps you alive. 6. Remington 700.308 bolt-action rifle. In a post-collapse world, being able to hit a target at distance gives you a major advantage, whether you're defending a position, hunting, or scouting hostile territory. Enter the Remington 700. Chambered in .308 Winchester, this bolt-action rifle is one of the most trusted precision platforms in history. Militaries, hunters, and competitive shooters have leaned on it for decades, and in 2025, it remains a top choice for those preparing for the worst. Why bolt action? Simplicity and reliability. In a world where spare parts and tools may be hard to find, a bolt-action rifle like the Remington 700 is far easier to keep running than any semi-auto. Fewer moving parts means fewer chances for mechanical failure, and the accuracy is second to none. In the hands of a skilled marksman, a scope Remington 700 can reliably hit targets out past 800 yards. The .308 cartridge adds serious punch. It's powerful enough to take down large game, defeat barriers, or neutralize threats before they ever get close. In a defensive or overwatch role, this rifle gives you the ability to shape the battlefield before danger arrives. And since .308/7.62 NATO is a NATO standard round, it's one of the more likely cartridges to be found in military surplus, hunting lodges, or caches. The Remington 700 is also incredibly customizable. Whether you're running a traditional woodstock model or a modern chassis system with a suppressor, you can build it to fit your needs. In survivalist groups, having someone with a bolt-action .308 means you got eyes and firepower on the high ground. That alone can shift the odds. So if you're looking to keep your perimeter secure, fill your freezer with meat, or make sure threats are dealt with before they're ever within shouting distance. The Remington 700 is the long-range tool you can bet your life on. 5. AK-47/ACM 7.62x39mm rifle. Few firearms are as recognizable or as battle-hardened as the AK-47. When society falls apart and lawlessness rules the day, you want a rifle that was built to run in the worst conditions imaginable. Mud, sand, water, neglect, none of it phases the AK. Its simplicity is its power, and its reputation is global. Chambered in 7.6 2x39mm, the AK delivers serious stopping power in a compact, easy-to-handle package. It's ideal for close to medium-range engagements, and it hits hard enough to punch through cover and barriers. The recoil is manageable, especially for experienced shooters, and the ammo is still widely available in surplus markets, civilian stocks, and even enemy hands in a true survival scenario. But what really makes the AK shine in a collapse is its field serviceability. This rifle was designed for conscripts, for farmers and soldiers who might not ever clean it for months, and yet it still runs. You can drop it in the dirt, leave it out in the rain, and it'll function when you need it most. That's the kind of reliability you need when there's no gun shop or gunsmith to call. Magazines are everywhere. Parts kits are still circulating. And while modern optics and accessories can enhance the platform, you can keep it bare bones and still dominate any close quarters or rural firefight. The AK also plays an important psychological role. Just the sight of one commands respect or fear. That kind of intimidation might be the first layer of defense in a lawless environment. Whether you're patrolling your perimeter, standing watch over a homestead, or leading a mobile group through the unknown, the AK-47 or its variants offer rugged performance, ample firepower, and field-ready simplicity. It may be over 75 years old, but in a world gone mad, the AK is still king. 4. AR-15 5.56/223 rifle. When flexibility and precision matter just as much as firepower, the AR-15 rises to the top. This modern sporting rifle has become the backbone of the American civilian arsenal, and for good reason. Chambered in 5.56 NATO or .223 Remington, the AR-15 offers a perfect blend of accuracy, low recoil, and modularity. It's the rifle you can tailor to your exact needs, whether you're defending your home, foraging for resources, or repelling threats from a distance. What sets the AR-15 apart is its versatility. Need a short, compact setup for close quarters movement? Go with a 10.5-inch barrel and folding brace. Want to reach out past 500 yards? Swap in an 18 or 20-inch barrel and a good optic. In a world without rules, being able to adapt on the fly could be the difference between surviving and not. The 5.56 round isn't the heaviest hitter, but it's incredibly common, used by NATO forces, police, and millions of civilians. That makes finding ammo in a post-collapse world far easier. The round is fast, accurate, and good at penetrating soft armor or light barriers. Reliability in the AR platform has come a long way. With modern coatings, high-quality bolts, and proper lubrication, an AR-15 can run reliably for thousands of rounds. Maintenance is relatively simple and parts are everywhere, another major bonus if you're scavenging or trading. One of the biggest advantages is ease of use. The AR is lightweight, easy to shoot, and intuitive to train on, making it ideal for group defense scenarios where not everyone is a seasoned shooter. For patrols, perimeter defense, or even guerrilla-style engagements, the AR-15 offers unmatched modularity and precision. In a fractured world, where every fight could be your last, the AR might just be your best friend. 3. Smith & Wesson Model 686, .357 Magnum Revolver. In a world where reliability isn't just a preference, but a necessity, the Smith & Wesson Model 686 revolver earns a spot near the top. Chambered in .357 Magnum, but also capable of firing .38 Special, this wheel gun offers a powerful blend of versatility, stopping power, and mechanical simplicity that could save your life when civilization crumbles. The Model 686 is built like a tank. Its stainless steel construction is tough enough to handle years of abuse, weather exposure, and minimal maintenance. Unlike semi-automatics, revolvers don't rely on magazines or recoil-operated systems, which can fail under neglect or harsh conditions. The 686 just works, every time, without fail. The .357 Magnum cartridge is known for its formidable stopping power, especially in close quarters. It hits hard, penetrates deep, and has been trusted by law enforcement for decades. But here's where the 686 really shines. It can also chamber and fire the lighter recoiling .38 Special. That dual caliber capability gives you a huge edge when ammo availability becomes a challenge. If you stumble upon a box of old .38 rounds in an abandoned cabin, you're good to go. With capacities ranging from 6 to 7 rounds, the 686 isn't going to outgun a rifle, but it doesn't have to. It's a sidearm built for when you're traveling light, scavenging supplies, or defending your camp at close range. It's also one of the best options for someone with limited firearms experience, thanks to its intuitive point-and-shoot mechanics and minimal failure points. You won't be clearing rooms with it like John Wick, but in a long-term grid-down scenario. The Model 686 is the revolver you want in your belt or backpack. It's tough, accurate, and built to last. Qualities you'll need more than ever when society collapses and you're on your own. 2. FN SCAR-17 7.62 NATO Battle Rifle. If you're preparing for the worst and expecting real conflict, the FN SCAR-17 is the rifle you want in your hands. This 7.62 x 51mm battle rifle is the definition of overbuilt and overpowered. Originally developed for U.S. Special Operations, the SCAR-17 combines long-range punch, advanced ergonomics, and combat-level durability in a semi-automatic platform that thrives in chaos. The first thing you notice is its recoil-taming short-stroke gas piston system. It softens the 7.62 NATO's punch without sacrificing reliability, making it easier to get accurate follow-up shots than with most other full-power rifles. And that's important when every shot could decide your fate. Its monolithic upper and folding stock make it surprisingly compact for a battle rifle. Need to move quickly through an urban ruin or tuck the rifle into a bug-out bag? Fold it down and move. Then, when it's time to shoot, extend the stock, pop your optic, and go to work. From close quarters to 800 yards, the SCAR-17 delivers. It runs reliably in just about any condition: mud, sand, snow, you name it. In a grid-down world with no room for mechanical drama, that's priceless. Magazines are standardized, and though more expensive than AR mags, they're still findable and tough. The SCAR also supports modern optics, lights, IR lasers, and suppressors without skipping a beat. In a post-apocalyptic world where your tactical edge could be the difference between ambushing and being ambushed, that matters. Whether you're hunting, engaging threats, or defending a stronghold, this rifle lets you do it all with power and precision. The FN SCAR-17 is not a gun for light travel. It's a serious weapon for serious survival. And when society breaks down, that might be exactly what you need. 1. Kel-Tec Sub2000 Folding 9mm Carbine. Surprised? You shouldn't be. The Kel-Tec Sub2000 takes the top spot, not because it's the most powerful, but because it's the most practical survival gun in a world turned upside down. Chambered in 9mm, fed by Glock magazines, and capable of folding down to the size of a laptop, this carbine is the ultimate grab-and-go firearm when everything hits the fan. It's lightweight, just over 4 pounds, and incredibly compact. Folded, it fits in backpacks, duffels, or bug-out bags with ease. That makes it perfect for travelers, preppers on the move, or anyone who needs a discreet but effective rifle alternative. When unfolded, you get a 16-inch barrel, giving you far more velocity and accuracy than any handgun could offer with the same ammunition. The genius of the Sub2000 lies in its logistics. It takes common Glock mags, including extended 33-rounders, meaning your pistol and carbine can share both ammunition and magazines. In a world without resupply, that's not just convenient, it's essential. Fewer calibers, fewer mag types, more adaptability. While it's not as rugged as a SCAR or AK, the Sub2000 isn't delicate either. It runs reliably if maintained, and it's extremely easy to clean. The polymer and steel design makes it resistant to weather and grime, and the manual controls are intuitive even for newer shooters. For defense, scavenging, barter, or bug-out scenarios, the Sub2000 gives you serious firepower in a ridiculously portable package. Whether you're patrolling a perimeter, hiking through the woods, or laying low in a compromised zone, this folding carbine might be the most useful firearm you can carry. When the world ends, your survival may depend on your ability to move fast, stay hidden, and shoot straight. The Kel-Tec Sub2000 lets you do all three, and that's why it earns the #1 spot. When the world around you crumbles, only one thing stands between survival and surrender: preparation. These 10 firearms aren't just tools. They're answers to a question none of us ever want to ask. What happens when everything goes dark? Whether you're defending what's yours, hunting to survive, or staying one step ahead of danger, the right weapon could mean the difference between chaos and control. So train hard, plan smart, and keep your gear ready. Because when society collapses, there won't be a second chance. Stay sharp, stay safe, and stay ready.